YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy KDG, and I'm back with another video, man. And today we're gonna be looking at the failed Navy experiment, failed Navy teleportation experiment. We're gonna look into this. We're gonna see what they got going on. And for the new people, if y'all here and not subscribed, please comment, like, subscribe. It do all them things as it helps me grow as a person. So I got all that out the way, and yes, I am greasy because it's hot. I just got out the shower. I just put on some fucking lotion, and yes, it looks like I got on baby oil. So just bear with me. Yes, it's hot, but I don't care. I'd rather be out here in nature than be in darkness. And I had to drink my water for that exact. I'm about to start the video.
In the fall of 1943, legend says that a grotesque experiment took place in the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. While on berth, Cannon-class destroyer escort USS Eldridge abruptly disappeared along with its 200 crew members. As America got involved in World War II, the brightest minds of the era, including Albert Einstein, were at work trying to develop new technology that could give them an edge over their enemies. It's said that in an attempt to render their ships invisible, the US Navy created a powerful device that ended up teleporting an entire vessel. USS Eldridge seemed to vanish from thin air, but then she reappeared with terrible consequences for her sailors, or so the story goes. Invisibility. According to several theories, the Philadelphia shipyard was chosen to be the location of the so-called Philadelphia experiment, a continuation of the obscure Navy project codenamed Project Rainbow. By using concepts from Einstein's relativity theories, along with electromagnetism and gravity, the US Navy sought to gain unparalleled leverage upon German submarines. They were trying to achieve invisibility. On July 22, 1943, the first trial of the new electrical field manipulation technology was allegedly executed with partial success. A greenish fog supposedly surrounded the testing vessel, which then disappeared.
Partial. So
the crew on board are said to have developed mental disorders and physical alterations. 3 months later, on October 28th, a second test with recalibrations and adjustments reputedly sought to clarify the possibility of disappearing the vessel for a longer period. It's said that moments before evaporating, the sailors on board fainted or were fulminated. The USS Eldridge incident was different. She supposedly became invisible, but didn't disappear at first. Instead, the ship's presence could actually be appreciated through the water's surface. But suddenly, those water traces disappeared, and it's said that the ship reintegrated at another base in Norfolk, Virginia, over 300 miles away. The story also indicates that the ship reappeared in Norfolk 15 minutes before it vanished from Philadelphia. The vessel then reappeared in Philadelphia, but this time with terrible consequences. It's said that several crew members developed schizophrenia or completely lost their minds, but also that many actually rematerialized and were fused into the ship's steel hull.
Oh. If these are facts, then what the fuck?
Chasing the story. Witnesses who claim to have seen the fantastic event ominously described the screams from the sailors aboard Eldridge, and it's said that the incident prompted the Navy to drop the endeavor altogether. The legend continued to grow as Seaman Carl Meredith Allen, under the pseudonym Carlos Miguel Allende, contacted writer Morris Jessup. Allen was said to be on board SS Andrew Furseth when the event...
Quick question, y'all. If this is real, do y'all think this is documented? And if it is documented, do y'all think it's swept under the rug? Or if it's like, you feel me, you just gotta find it. It's like just hidden files. Let me know in the comments, because I wouldn't even think I ain't gonna say that teleportation and shit ain't real. You know, they already got videos of time travelers. I'm gonna put time travelers because they got footage and just basically just pictures and stuff of people with like modern day stuff, but back in the day. So y'all let me know in the comments if that type of stuff is real. Like, me, I'm biased. It just depends. I really try to be on both spectacles, but on a realistic scale, but also just thinking off the top of my head on how I think. So y'all let me know in the comments on that note if this shit is like swept under the rug or if it's just hidden files. Y'all let me know.
An astronomer and ufologist, Jessup was struggling to make a living out of writing when this incredible tale fell on his hands. Allen wrote him about 50 letters relating everything that he had seen. He assured Jessup he had been a student of Albert Einstein and understood the unified field theory. He claimed that Einstein was always trying to understand how physical phenomena interacted with each other, especially electromagnetism, gravity, and the strong and weak forces. Allen then assured Jessup that the theory worked and that he had seen it that day in Norfolk, but he was the only person who claimed to have observed the episode. Jessup eventually followed through with an investigation of his own, but didn't find any reliable evidence. Still, he included the Philadelphia experiment story in his book The Case for the UFO in 1955. By 1957, the Navy's Office of Naval Research approached the writer with a curious inquiry. They had received one of Jessup's books, but while looking inside, they had found annotations from 3 different people, including, maybe, an alien. The notes included descriptions of extraterrestrial technology and divagations regarding the unified field theory. It's likely that Allen wrote these scribblings himself, but strangely enough, the Office of Naval Research actually published 127 copies of the book with the annotations. In 1959, Jessup was depressed after his second book didn't perform as expected and his wife left him, so he called a friend and told him he had made a breakthrough on the experiment. The next day, April 20th, 1959, Jessup's body was found in his car. Someone had connected a hose from the exhaust pipe to the rear window while the engine was running. The official verdict was that Jessup took his own life, but many people believe he was silenced. In contrast, Allen lived a long life. Before passing away in 1994, he confessed that the whole thing had been a hoax, but later changed his mind and affirmed that everything was true. Over half a century later, Allen is still regarded as a disturbed and unstable individual at best, or a publicity seeker at worst. However, several people are convinced that his story was true, even as the Navy has gone to great lengths to calm the public and explicitly deny any experiments about teleportation. But the story doesn't end here.
The thing is they gonna make you seem crazy, but you not. But they gonna make you seem like that to the public, though. They're gonna make the most weirdest shit seem like, you feel me? Like it wasn't that.
In 1984, a movie called The Philadelphia Experiment was released. 4 years later, a man named Al Bielek watched the film and claimed that the film unearthed repressed memories in him about the time he was on board USS Eldridge. Bielek claimed that when Eldridge disappeared, he was on board, but in another...
Majority of the time, bruh, if they showing y'all movies about shit like this, bruh, expect that it got some factual truth to it and not just something that they just made up. Don't get me wrong, the ideas that these people make up, it do be like factual, but then again, they always would say it's fiction, or they'll just say it's based on a true story, you feel me? And then they try to add some little spoofing shit to it to make it seem like it's not real or unrealistic. But bruh, just know that, bruh, majority of these movies, bruh, all this shit already been done or already, you feel me, in the works of it. So I just wanted y'all to, you feel me, I wanted to get that out the way, because like I always talk to y'all about how movies is nothing but propaganda. Like movies is damn near messages. But that's just me, that's how I think. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all on the same shit I'm on.
His body. He also said that he traveled in time to the year 2137 with that man's brother, and added that he had been to Mars and to the 28th century. In 1994, researcher Jacques Vallée explained that during the 1940s, the Navy performed several experiments to try and make ships invisible. He said that a process called degaussing was developed to protect ships against U-boat threats and underwater magnetic mines. He detailed how a vessel was wrapped in electrical cables that rendered the ship invisible to the mines. This factor could explain the reported electrical fog that witnesses perceived during the alleged first experiments. Vallée also cited Edward Dudgeon, a Navy veteran who had served in World War II on USS Engstrom. Dudgeon explained that the incident had been highly exaggerated and that Eldridge sailed to Norfolk to gather supplies and then returned to Philadelphia in less than 6 hours. The story could be plausible if the ship used the Chesapeake and Delaware Canal to dodge enemy submarines, giving the appearance of teleportation. Nevertheless, official records and testimonies from Eldridge's crew affirmed that the ship wasn't even in Philadelphia, but in Brooklyn at the time of the supposed sighting. And the Office of Naval Research stated in 1996 that, quote, ONR has never conducted investigations on radar invisibility, either in 1943 or at any other time. They also pointed out that the organization was not established until 1946, discrediting the original timeline. If something odd did happen that day, the fantastic tale could be the result of decades of hearsay. Nevertheless, many people still believe that the so-called experiment could be a cover-up and that there's some sort of conspiracy roaming below the surface. Thank you for watching our video. Let us know in the comments below whether you believe the official explanation or if you think something darker was going on.
So, based on that video, one thing I will say is that what got me in this video is witnesses. You feel me? If you got witnesses, bro, that's pretty much your evidence. If you ain't getting no documented evidence, witnesses should be your evidence. Cause especially, this my thing. If it's witnesses that don't personally know each other and they just saw it, that should be that right there. You feel me? As far as like, oh, these people not joking, these ain't they people in line, because it's the simple fact that you have to have all three stories line up. If it's three witnesses and they all three saying they saw the same thing and they don't know each other, never talk, no nothing, I don't know. That's how I look at it. And then the other thing is documentation. You feel me? Like, who don't know if this documentation is still in the documents? Is it erased from the documents? You feel me? Is it hidden from the documents? So all that plays a factor. I honestly believe that it could be true, because it's a lot of scenarios realistically that goes on that they try to cover up and says like, oh, it was just a hoax, oh, it was just a rumor. You know what I'm saying? Why was it a rumor? Why was it a hoax? And I understand that certain stuff be just fabricated, but you gotta know when to call shit a spade a spade. Now this, you will have to do your research in order to really see what's going on with this, but it looks like it tried to be covered up. In my opinion, it looked like some, because I believe in teleportation, you feel me? Now, as far as like something huge, you have to have a monks of powerful energy and force in order to do something like that. And just like, you got to have some out of the world technology. That's another thing. Like, y'all got to understand that if they using this type technology before the 1960s and shit like that, and probably way beforehand, like, what make you don't think they got some powerful shit now? You feel me? They got some shit like the fucking power accelerator. Like, y'all wouldn't even think that is real, but shit like that is real. Alternate universes, parallel universes, shit like that, in my opinion, is real. It just ain't enough evidence to really have that type of knowledge to really touch up on. But that was pretty much the video I wanted y'all to see, because you feel me, U.S. government be on some weird shit. So this is just one of the videos I wanted to show y'all. If y'all like this type of content, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps me grow as I'm growing personally. I enjoyed it. Hope y'all do too. Until the next video, I'm out. Gang, gang. Inside, inside.